Guru.
Hi friends, good morning. Welcome to C Guru. This is Dr. Harinath Reddy, Director Shankaran AI Study Circle. So we at C Guru are planning to launch an online video course for APPSC Group 1 Mains General Essay paper. So in this General Essay paper, we are going to cover around 30 plus General Essay topics with respect to all the 7 dimensions mentioned in the syllabus. So if you see the syllabus paper of APPSC Group 1 Mains, in the syllabus paper, in the general essay, 7 subtopics were given for general essay. The first one being current affairs, the second one socio-political issues, the third one socio-economic issues, fourth one socio-environmental issues, fifth one cultural and historical aspects, sixth one issues related to civic awareness, the seventh one reflective topics. So a total of 7 dimensions, 7 subtopics were given related to general essay, and these 7 subtopics, they were formed into 3 sections. The first one, current affairs, itself formed into one section. The next 3 they formed into another section, the last 3 formed into another section. So in the final exam, when you take the general essay exam, there will be 3 sections and each section will have 3 questions. You have to choose one from the 3. So out of total of 3 sections, there will be 9 questions. You have to write 1 question from each section. So you have to write a total of 3 general essay questions, and the answer for each general essay question carries 50 marks. The duration of the exam will be 3 hours for the entire general essay paper, which means you will get 1 hour for each essay. So total 3 essays, 1 hour for each essay. Then if you take the current affairs topics, we are planning to cover the current affairs at the international level, at the national level, and even at the state level. So you can answer one question probably in the final exam question paper. The examiner might pick one current affairs topic related to state of Andhra Pradesh, another current affairs topic related to India, and another current affairs topic related to international events. So if the student gets carefully prepared either from AP or India or at the international level, you can reduce the burden of preparation and you can answer in that particular area with all the confidence, provided if you have all the content. Then, for example, if you take the state of Andhra Pradesh, some of the important current affairs in the state of Andhra Pradesh includes, recently in the state of Andhra Pradesh, there was a judgment of Andhra Pradesh High Court on the issue of compulsory English medium. So compulsory English medium for the children from class 1 to 12, this has become an issue. It went before the Andhra Pradesh High Court. The Andhra Pradesh High Court declared this as invalid. So probably this matter may go before the Supreme Court as well. So this is one current affairs topic from the state of Andhra Pradesh which might be important for your exam. So question can be in any way. The question can be like this: discuss the constitutional validity of compulsory English medium education introduced in the state of Andhra Pradesh in the context of the judgment given by the Andhra Pradesh High Court. This can be one question. And a number of programs are being taken up with respect to healthcare sector and education. For example, to improve the infrastructure of related to health and education, we had an important program called Nadu Nedu. So as very important initiatives are being taken with respect to health and education. For example, 2 committees were appointed, one on health, one on education. The committee on health was chaired by Sujata Rao. The committee on education was chaired by K. Balakrishnan. So probably there could be one essay on education sector in AP. There could be one essay on healthcare sector in AP. In addition, Navaratnalu is one important flagship scheme of government of Andhra Pradesh. So on Navaratnalu itself, there could be one general essay. In addition to this, if you take the Andhra Pradesh Socio-Economic Survey of 2019-20, the last chapter it deals with the sustainable development goals. So sustainable development goals, their adoption in the state of Andhra Pradesh and the performance of the state of Andhra Pradesh with respect to achievement of sustainable development goals. So this itself could be one important essay topic. So we have covered health is important, education is important, Navaratnalu is important, then the most recent one again is also important. In addition to this, if you take, there was one bill which was introduced in the Andhra Pradesh state legislature which is meant for decentralization and inclusive development of all regions. Decentralization and inclusive development of all regions. See, for example, if you take the history of Andhra Pradesh post-independence, initially we have lost the city of Madras and then subsequently recently we have lost the city of Hyderabad as the capital city. So to prevent such things not to appear and happen again, the present government came up with a bill which is meant for promoting decentralized development and also inclusive development of all the regions in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So this itself could be one essay topic, decentralization and inclusive development of all regions in the state of Andhra Pradesh itself could be one essay. Then Government of Andhra Pradesh again came up with something called village and ward secretariat system, village and ward volunteer system. So this again can become important for general essay from the section on section 1 related to the state of Andhra Pradesh. So this is how we will be doing, and we are planning to cover not less than 30 essays. So our idea is to cover up to 40, so 30 to 40 general essays of relevance to the syllabus will be picked up. For example, current affairs, as I told you earlier, AP, India and international level. Then we will be covering socio-political issues. Under socio-political issues, we will get the issues like child labor, then adultery, homosexuality, uniform civil code, and then under socio-economic issues, recently because of COVID-19 lockdown, the migrant laborers who account for 36% of the total population as per census 2011, they suffered a lot. So the problems of the migrants in India could come under socio-economic issues. And then under socio-environmental issues, we have the topics like climate change and global warming, sustainable development, green economy. Then when we move to cultural and historical aspects, here we will be discussing about the impact of globalization on Indian culture, then the impact of Buddhism, Jainism and Islam on Indian culture. So such topics will come under cultural and historical aspects. Then when we move to issues related to civic awareness, there the things like citizen charters, then things like the traffic sense for the people to have, such things come under issues related to civic awareness. In addition, things like sanitation, personal hygiene and sanitation is very important even in the context of corona spread and COVID-19. So with the proper sanitation and hygiene, we can keep away from the infection of coronavirus. So this sense must go into the brains of all the people of this country. So encouraging people to practice good hygiene and sanitation is again a topic under issues related to civic awareness. For example, the present government at the national level came up with something called Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So all such topics, they come under issues related to civic awareness. Then reflective topics, these reflective topics, they relate to the topics which come under the topics which come on the basis of critical life experiences. Critical life experience. For example, pen is mightier than sword. Pen is mightier than sword. Something of that kind, they come under reflective topics. So, in the general essay online video course for APPSC Group 1 mains aspirants who are taking the exam on November 4th, we will be covering the essays from all these 7 dimensions, and they will be to the extent of 30. We are planning to teach a minimum of 30 and a maximum of 40 general essays from these 7 dimensions. And earlier I told you, the first dimension, current affairs itself, will form one section, On current affairs, in the first section there will be 3 questions. You have to answer one question. The marks will be 50 marks for each question in the section 1. You have to write only one. The duration will be 1 hour. The next 3 socio-economic issues, socio-environmental issues and the socio-political issues, they form one section. Again in this section there will be 3 questions. You have to answer only one question for 50 marks, 1 hour duration. And similarly the last section, cultural and historical aspects, issues related to civic awareness, reflective topics, they form one section. In this there will be 3 questions. You have to answer one question, and this question carries 50 marks and the duration will be 1 hour. The duration will be 1 hour. So that's it about the online video course which we are planning at SeeGuru, online video course for general essay paper at SeeGuru. Trust us, we will be covering the most relevant essays, and we will assure you that at least one essay from our video course will appear in each section from the general essay exam of November 4th. In addition to what we have discussed earlier, there are certain other things which the student must keep in mind to score good marks in the general essay paper. So in the syllabus itself, the commission has given certain details what they will be expecting from the candidate. So if you take up these things, the first one, the commission says that the commission will be looking into the awareness of the student with respect to the subject chosen. So if the candidate picks up to write an essay on one particular topic, his level of awareness will be put to test. So in other words, what I would advise the students, make a list of possible essays which might come in the final exam, say 30 or 40 topics which might probably come, most probably come. Prepare adequately for them. Get ready with the content, because the commission says we will be testing the level of awareness of the student with respect to the topic chosen. So which means you must keep in mind that you are adequately informed about the topic which you are going to write in the final exam. So my suggestion will be, prepare a list of say 30 to 40 essays, collect information related to all these 30 to 40 topics and all the possible dimensions. Keep yourself well informed, and then if such an essay comes in the final exam, so out of the 3 questions in each section, pick up one essay where you are well informed, where you have greater awareness with respect to that particular topic. That is the first requirement, what the commission says. The second one, originality of thought and expression. So after having read a lot about the possible 30-40 topics which most probably can come in the final exam, on the same topics, what do you think? See, we might be framing our opinion on the basis of the articles written by the experts on that particular sector. After having read them, we will have our own views on them, whether we agree with the scholar or the expert, or we disagree with them, or partially agree and partially disagree with them. So in the general essay, when you write in the general essay which you finally write in the exam, the commission will greatly appreciate your originality of thought and expression. What do you think? That's more important. So after having framed your opinion on the basis of what you have read from several sources, in the final exam, try to communicate your thoughts on that. What do you think? What you think, that is one more important. So originality of thought and expression in writing the general essay will be another requirement which the examiner will be looking at you, or the commission will be looking at you. And the third one, ability to express coherently and sequentially. Many a times the answer scripts are corrected by people of an elderly age, so they are not of our age. So when you write the general essay answer, please try to organize your content in a structured and logical manner, and if possible try to give various subheadings so that the examiner will have the least burden to correct your script. So if you put lot of burden on the examiner by not properly structuring the essay, by not giving the subheadings, then you will be penalized by the examiner. So that's what the meaning is, ability to express coherently and sequentially. You must be crystal clear in what you are trying to communicate, and these ideas must flow in a logical and sequential way. If you write the general essay in that pattern, you will be rewarded with better marks. That's what the commission says very clearly. Then the fourth one, grammatical correctness of expression. Grammatical correctness of expression. See, when we correct the general essay answer scripts, majority of the students, when they write the general essay answer, they don't observe the grammatical correctness. Many a time they write the sentences in phrases which doesn't give you a complete meaning. So the one who corrects your script, when he tries to read the phrases which doesn't give complete meaning, the examiner gets irritated. So when he gets irritated, he doesn't give you good marks. So when you write the sentences, please write them in a complete sentence form with a grammatical correctness. The advantage of doing this is, it becomes very easy for the examiner to get to know what you have written, if it is grammatically correct. That's grammatical correctness of expression. In addition to this, your handwriting must be very legible. Legible in the sense, it must be easy for the examiner to read. Many a times I see the students writing beautiful answers with very good content, but as the handwriting is very poor, as it is not very legible, the examiner cannot appreciate. So the entire effort which you put in will go waste. Please don't do that. Even if required, try to reduce the length of the essay answer, but try to write it in a legible manner. Give adequate gap between word and word, sentence and sentence, write complete sentences, make that these words are very legible, very easy to read for the examiner. Otherwise, you will be penalized. You will not be getting good marks. That is the fourth important dimension. And the fifth one, your ability to compose a well-argued piece of writing. After being informed about a particular topic, the examiner and the commission will appreciate your abilities in communicating that in a well-argued manner. That too in the logical and sequential manner. That is the fifth dimension which the commission gives importance to. Then finally, observing the established rules and formats for essay writing. Observing the established rules and format for essay writing, which means there are certain requirements for a general essay. For example, the general essay must have a good introduction, must have good conclusion, and again the body. So these are certain minimum things which are required to be followed by the candidate. And when it comes to writing introduction, the introduction can be written in a number of ways. You can start with a quotation of an important personality. For example, when you are writing on sustainable development, there was one important quote given by Mahatma Gandhi: Mother Earth has enough to meet the needs of the people, but not the greed. So you can start with a quotation, you can start with a narration of an event, or you can start by referring to a recent current happening. So it is your choice. The introduction can be done in several ways, but my request is, when you write the general essay exam, general essay answer, try to put the subheadings, and these subheadings must be in the form of a series of relevant questions. So you question the examiner and then answer that. For example, if you take in the context of the corona COVID-19 issue, our Indian healthcare infrastructure is not able to meet the demand of the current crisis. So when you write the essay on public health crisis, you must write this way: why public healthcare delivery has become very important now, why it shall be given a lot of importance, what is the context. Second one, what are the strengths of Indian public healthcare system, and what are the areas where there is a big crisis, and is anything done so far, and what further needs to be done, is there any committee on this particular subject, and what are the recommendations of such a committee on this topic, and then finally concluding. So when different dimensions of the general essay are put in the form of a series of relevant questions as subheadings, the examiner takes a lot of interest because you have raised a relevant question to see what you have written in the essay. Please do this when you are adequately informed on the particular general essay. Give subheadings, give these subheadings in the form of a series of relevant questions. Why a focus on healthcare system is very important now? What are India's achievements with respect to healthcare sector? What are India's failures with respect to healthcare sector? Why did India fail? What was done so far? What further needs to be done? What recommendations are made from time to time? So if you put the subheadings like this, the examiner will be very easily getting to know what you have written in the general essay answer script. So he will have least burden in correcting your script, and that will be awarded. So these are 6 important things which are to be kept in mind for the candidate before he writes the general essay answer. And these 6 things were communicated to the student by the commission itself. The commission itself says, this is what I am expecting from you. So you must keep that in mind. The first requirement, choose the general essay topic on which you have got lot of awareness. The second one, when you write the general essay, please try to give lot of importance to your original thought. What do you think? That is more important. You try to incorporate this in the general essay answer. Then the third one, your ability to express coherently and sequentially. Many a times, when the student writes the answer, he gets confused and confuses the examiner. That will give very bad marks. So please don't get confused and don't confuse the examiner. That's one more important third requirement. And the fourth requirement, grammatical correctness. This is very, very, very important. If you don't properly write the sentences with the correct grammar, it will be a Herculean task for the examiner to correct your script. He will be very much overburdened. He gets irritated. Even if you write the beautiful content, he will not give you marks. So try to write the complete sentences without grammatical mistakes. That is what is expected in the fourth one. And apart from that, as I told you earlier, your handwriting must be very, very legible. It must be very easy for the examiner to read. Otherwise, you will not be rewarded good marks. The fifth one, your ability to argue in a well articulated manner. So the examiner cannot see you, the examiner cannot talk to you. He will be talking to you, communicating to you through what you have written. So this, what you have written must be in such a way that it is rightly argued with argument, counter argument, and it must be sequential. That impresses the examiner. And then finally, you must follow the standard rules and formats for essay writing. That is something like introduction, body within the body, a number of subtopics within the body in a logical manner, and then finally conclusion. If these things are kept in mind, it is possible for the students to get decent marks in the final exam. Please don't be in a hurry to collect the content and to get the content. That is important, that is necessary, but it is not sufficient. So getting the content, reading is necessary but not sufficient. In addition to getting the content and reading, you must also give equal importance to how to write the general essay in the final exam. What are the things to be kept in mind? This is also very, very important. Otherwise, you will not end up with a very good score. So please try to carefully follow these rules which are given by the commission in the syllabus itself before you write the answer in the final exam. Thank you.